May our efforts be a benefit to our fellow veterans and all the people of our community. All this we ask in your holy name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. POW MIA empty chair. Resolution 288 adopted at the 67th National Convention calls for a POW MIA empty chair cover to be placed on all official meetings of the American Legion as a symbol of the thousands of American POWs, MIAs still unaccounted for from all wars and conflicts involving the United States of America. This is to remind us, for all of us, to remember to spare no effort to secure the release of American prisoners from captivity, the repatriation of the remains of those who died bravely in defense of liberty, and a full accounting for those missing. Let us rededicate ourselves to this vital endeavor. Sorry. Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance
to the
flag
flag
Hey,
of the
United
United
States
States
of
of
America,
America,
for which it stands,
and
to
to
the
the
republic
republic
which
which
stands,
stands
one
one
nation,
nation
under God,
under God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with liberty and
liberty and
justice
justice
for
for
all.
for all.
Recover. The preamble to the Constitution of the American Legion. For God and country,
And country, we associate ourselves
together for the following reasons.
uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, maintain law and order, to foster and perpetuate the 100% Americanism, preserve the memories and the incidents of our associations with the great wars,
To inculcate
to inculcate a sense of individual obligation
to the community,
state, and nation,
to combat
the autocracy of the classes and the masses,
to make right
maintain law and order,
peace and goodwill on earth, to safeguard and transmit the prosperity,
the
principles of freedom and democracy. Great
sanctify our comradeship, our devotion to mutual helpfulness.
welcome all and thank you for coming. We have a presentation by the National Commander of the American Legion. If you would please mute your phone so that we don't hear anything.
Commander, if I may, if we could have our IT guru Jennifer go through a list of things we ought to do today, because as we just noticed in the Pledge of Allegiance and the preamble, when you get everybody saying them at the same time, it kind of garbles it. So if she could go over just a couple of rules, I think that'd be a good idea.
Okay, from this point on, everybody will be muted unless they're the speaker, i.e. the adjutant or the commander or whoever is speaking. After each cycle, we'll ask questions for those two people who are on, or three people are on the phone and not capable of video. We'll ask you first, and I'll unmute you first if you have any questions, because you obviously can't raise your hand or wave your hand to get our attention. Please remember, if you get up from your desk, be mindful of what you're wearing from the waist down. Don't please take us to the bathroom if you're using a hand device, because we don't want to go to the bathroom with you. And If for some reason the meeting we suddenly shut down the meeting, it means that something or someone got in and is disrupting the situation. If that happens, you can use the same link and sign on information to get back in. Once everybody's back in, I'll lock the room so it can't happen again. We don't anticipate it happening now, but just so you know. If you want to see everybody speaking, if you want to see everybody's picture, you use gallery view, which will show you everybody on their screen dependent upon what device you're using and how capable that device is. If you're on a phone, you need to sweep left or right to see different individuals. For speaker view, if you just want to see just the person who's speaking, you pick speaker view, and that'll be the only person you see. I'm good, Mike. You ready for the next video?
Yeah, I think we can go ahead.
Hi, I'm Bill Oxford, the National Commander of the American Legion. I just wanted to take a moment to wish a happy holiday season to all of the Legionnaires and members of our American Legion family across the world. And as we enter this holiday season, please remember and please pray for our military people as they are scattered around the world protecting this country. And as well as the military members, we also need to say a happy holiday to members of the families of these active duty people as they serve this country. Once again, happy holidays from myself and the staff of the American Legion. Thank you all.
Hello, District 4 and 5 of the Department of Minnesota. Officers, members, and guests, Happy New Year! Our 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, once stated, "We live in the midst of alarms. Anxiety clouds the future. We expect some new disaster with each newspaper we read." Oh, how true are those words just a mere 150 plus years later. We all know the COVID pandemic, along with protests, some which turned to riots, have interrupted our lives this last year, but not our resolve. I was at the halfway point of my national president travels on March 15th with 33 trips completed and looking forward to the next 6 months and 33 more trips. But as we've all become well too familiar with the phrase, adapt and overcome, and that's just what the American Legion family has done. I would not be serving alongside American Legion National Commander Bill Oxford and SAL National Commander Clint Bolt as the only 2-year national leadership team of our great organizations if our collective resolve were not in play. Our duty is to serve our members and lead them into the new century of service, no matter what that new normal entails. It is an honor and a privilege to continue to serve as your Centennial National President for a second year. All of the ALA national officers, national chairmen, and all but a couple national committee members are remaining in their roles through National Convention 21. The vast majority of departments have followed suit as well. Our members have demonstrated their duty and resolve by making thousands and thousands of face masks, preparing and delivering meals, hosting blood drives, virtual holiday observances and Poppy Day promotions, scrubbing graffiti from historic monuments, holding motorcycle drive-by birthday parades, and so much more. Our membership team's Caring and Sharing Week initiative, patterned after the Buddy Check program, took on a whole new meaning during the pandemic. I know I personally made 60 plus phone calls to different members around the country. We have wholeheartedly embraced technology to keep our members engaged, just like this video today. I choose, though, to not total up the number of hours that I have spent on Zoom and GoToMeetings since last March. It was an inspiration to participate in 4 of the 8 virtual Girls State programs. Now think about this. I was in California, on to Hawaii one day, and in Rhode Island the next. I know that would have not been possible without the use of technology. Legion Commander Bill Oxford and I continued to record public service announcements together, which wasn't the easiest when we weren't in the same state, let alone the same room. Remember the ALA virtual Poppy Day program? Commanders Bill and Clint right there alongside myself. The online interactions with members and staff are not the same, but they are very rewarding and incredible. Be it a membership drive call, answering questions for veterans, listening to leadership calls across the country, conducting business for committees, for DEC meetings, NEC meetings, virtual National Veterans Creative Arts Festival, and so much more are just a few examples of how we've been able to adapt during a pandemic to still be able to deliver our mission of service. The American Legion family is made up of common-looking people who have a mission to serve. President Lincoln also commented, "Common-looking people are the best in the world. That's the reason the Lord made so many of them." I fast forward that statement to mean today the American Legion family nearly 3 million strong. Last year, with the passage of the Legion Act and spousal eligibility, and now potential members from the Space Force, our collective membership opportunities continue to expand. Thank you, District Adjutant Mike, for your dual membership in the Legion and Auxiliary by honoring your wife Teresa's service to our country in the United States Army. I am confident there are many more dual, tri, and quad members in Minnesota. I enjoyed participating in the Commander's 100 Miles for Hope campaign, with having walked more than 300 miles. I accompanied the Legion on System Worth Saving visits last year, and I look forward to once again participating in the future if my healthcare skill sets can once again be an asset to the cause. We realize many departments, as well as us nationally, did not get a chance to celebrate our anniversary milestone. Oh, how I looked to attending forward your department convention and then your department fall conference this last fall. But as we know, Mother Nature had something else in store besides for a pandemic. This time in October, it was a snowstorm. I appreciated the time to be interviewed, though, by the Minnesota Military Radio Show and zoomed in for the department ALA DEC meeting. How many businesses and people do you know get to celebrate their 100th birthday for 2 whole years straight? As a 46-year paid-up-for-life member of the ALA, I pledge to you my passion, enthusiasm, and knowledge to lead our ALA membership as we continue celebrating a century of service all the way to Phoenix, while remaining focused on the health and well-being of our veterans, military, and their families. Thank you for your ongoing love, support, and dedication. Please stay safe, take care of yourselves, wear your masks. And I and my sidekick Cornelius look forward to seeing all of you, or many of you, in Phoenix, if not before. Thank you and have a great conference.
Hello, American Legion family members of the 4th and 5th District who are meeting for your midwinter meeting. This is Mary Hendrickson, Department President. I bring you greetings from our auxiliary members. In 2020, we had 30,000 plus members. Already 22,000 members have renewed for 2021. We just completed one of our biggest projects of the year, the gift shop and the $10 bill shower. Each of the residents in our 5 veterans homes and patients in our 4 VA medical centers received a $25 gift card or a gift. They were also able to select a gift card or a gift for a family member or a special friend. We've spent over $44,000 on this project. Enjoy your day sharing ideas and renewing friendships. I'd like to wish you all a happy new year from my Navy veteran husband, Carl, and myself.
I am Bill, the National Commander of the American Legion. I just want.
All right. Next up,
Who is next?
Mike, you got to unmute yourself, buddy. There you go.
You gotta unmute yourself, Commander. There you go.
I would like to introduce the Department of Minnesota Commander, Mark. Dvorak.
Thank you, Commander. Appreciate that. Can you hear me okay? Mike, give me a thumbs up or?
Yep, you're good.
Okay, good. Thanks. Well, good morning, everyone, and Happy New Year. Greetings from the Department of Minnesota, and thank you all for participating in the business of the American Legion this morning. You all continue to make one proud to be an American Legion family member. All the different things you have done the past 9 months for our veterans and the good work you have done in our communities is most impressive. We, as an organization, regardless of the challenges, and we all know there have been many the last 9 months, we still find a way to accomplish the American Legion mission. I have been so impressed by your continued commitment and dedication during these uncertain times. For those of you serving your second year as a district officer or a department officer, I want to thank you again. I'm still humbled and honored to be your department commander. And I may have further comments later, depending on what is covered by others. So I'm going to stay on for the duration. And again, from Linda and I, Happy New Year, everyone.
Thank you. I would like to recognize the alternative NEC commander or representative, excuse me, Peggy Moon.
Good morning. Can you hear me? Very, very good. Good morning to all of you. Commanders of both the 4th and the 5th, Commander Dvorak, past Department Commander Mike, Department Vice Commander Teresa, and all of you. I can't tell you how much we miss seeing our friends. I wanted to take a couple minutes this morning and tell you about a couple things that are going on with the Child Welfare Foundation. I don't know, we try to send out all the information on the money we give out every year. This was our 66th year, and we gave out $740,000, almost $741,000. The last 3 years, however, we've done something a little different. And if you look through those donations, you will find that we gave the American Legion $55,000 to cover our national youth scholarships like Boys Nation, Junior Shooting Sports, American Legion Baseball, Eagle Scout of the Year. We also gave the auxiliary $75,000 to cover Girls Nation, the Children of Warriors National President Scholarship, and the Spirit of Youth Scholarship. And we also gave $75,000 to replenish temporary financial assistance. We looked back in our bylaws, and part of our bylaws include giving to our American Legion programs that deal with youth. So I want you to remember this, because not only when you contribute to the Child Welfare Foundation are you giving to kids that need help throughout our entire nation, but you are helping to support the programs of the American Legion and the American Legion Auxiliary. And this way we don't have to take it out of our general fund. Obviously, I can't say enough about the SAL because they give the bulk of the money that we're able to donate. So remember this, and if you can give anything at all, please contribute to the Child Welfare Foundation. With that, I want to wish you all a successful midwinter. You're one of the few that are having them. A happy new year from both Carl and I. And remember this, stay positive, test negative. Happy New Year, everybody. God bless America. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Peggy. Okay, now we move on to any other distinguished guests that I may have overlooked that need to be recognized.
Commander, can I just get a information on who is 2731? Go ahead, I'll look it up.
Okay, we're having no other distinguished guests asked to be recognized. I turn it over. Yes.
Commander, this is Si. I don't consider myself distinguished, but I've got a couple things to say, if you don't mind.
As long as it's a couple, Si.
I'll try to keep it that way. Just real quick, good morning, everybody, and thank you for the invite to the 4th and 5th District Midwinter. Commander is right. There's very few people, very few districts that are doing this. I chit-chat with a couple other ones and see if they couldn't get something rolling. It just didn't seem to happen. I'm thinking, why do we have Zoom if we can't have these midwinter conventions? So it's a little frustrating there. So congratulations for getting this rolling. And I will say you guys do a good job. I know you guys meet every Monday at 6 o'clock. Unfortunately, I'm usually working then, so I can't really get on them very well. But good job with that stuff. So as far as membership is concerned, I'll just kind of get you a little thing here as a Pearl Harbor for the premier race. Let's see, the 4th is in 3rd place and the 5th is in 10th. The 3rd is in 1st. Everybody, we've got some work to do there. That, by the way, the premier race is when you're meeting your goals from 1 month to that. Like the Pearl Harbor goal was 75%. You know, Midwinter was 80%. And by the way, as a department, we met the 80% on Pearl Harbor. So Department of Minnesota has been doing very, very well in that respect. However, 85% is going to be coming up here in, or 80% in February. And you know, when we have the first part of the year is an easy mountain to climb. This is the time of the year that it really, really gets difficult. So now we need to buckle down and check to see, pull out those, as long as mylegion.org is still available and everybody knows how to use that, we need to make sure we utilize that, pull up them reports and find out what posts might need some help. Gathering up those non-paid members, or even getting out there with, especially the 1982s, to go in there and get them transferred over. We'll take whatever we can get, whether Department of Minnesota or whether the national 1982s, we'll take them all into your posts. So get to see what you can do about that. Membership wise, let's see, the 4th, as of this week, you're sitting at 81%, and the 5th is sitting at 72%. I guess like I said, I did go out and look at some individual posts, and little that I realized, the more I go out and do some more research and stuff like that, how many small posts the 4th and 5th really have. And I imagine it's pretty difficult to keep those small post percentages pretty high with so few members and some of them smaller posts. But they're the ones that seem to be struggling a little bit as far as getting membership renewals. So you might want to look at them small posts and see what you guys can do to help them out. Other than that, nationally, we've been sitting in 4th pretty much all year. We were kind of at the same place last year. I think last year though we were 3rd about this time of the year. But and then we started going downhill after that, and we came in 19th at the end of the year. However, we got back into 1st place for renewals for nationwide. So that's good, because that tells us that we are indeed going out there and getting our current members renewed as quickly as possible. Keep in mind too, this is that time of the year that if people have not renewed their membership, their benefits are gone. You know, people may not realize that, but when we talk about benefits, we're talking about the life insurance and any other benefits that you might have as a Legion. When your membership expires, those are gone. Now, when I say expires, obviously it's not renewed. So make sure you get the people understand that if they're on that life insurance policy, that life insurance policy is no longer in effect as long as they haven't renewed their membership. So maybe you can use that as a tool. Other than that, I'll try to, Command, I said I keep it short, and I'm going to. Does anybody have any questions about membership or what's going on? Commander and I would chit chat a little bit about what we can possibly do with everybody's doors being closed and doing Zoom, and what can we do to increase membership and to work membership. It's kind of a tough thing to try to figure out, because open houses are pretty much nil. You can't really, how do you have an open house? So hopefully we'll come up with some plans, or if anybody, I've mentioned on my emails, if anybody has any suggestions, any thoughts, or you're doing something that's working, you need to let everybody else know. It may not work in all districts, but you need to let everybody else know. Just don't say something to Mark or say something to me. If it's a good program and it's working, blast out an email and let us know. So anyway, with that, I want to thank you guys, thank everybody, guys and gals, thank everybody for what you've been doing this year. The commander appreciates it. I appreciate it. So happy New Year. I hope things go well for everybody. And just a real quick thing for the commander side, make sure you get them posts to work on the consolidated post reports, because we're on one way or another. Even though the CPR is not my thing, I'm bound or determined to make sure the commander's at 100% this year. So do what you can do to get our commander at 100% for CPRs this year. With that, I thank you, and I'll leave you be.
Sandy, you have a question for Cy?
You have to unmute yourself, Sandy.
I just want to say that Patty Coleman and Mary Kuferus are first and second vice of the Department of the Auxiliary, and they are online.
We know that.
Thank you. We also have the 10th district commander, if I'm viewing correctly.
That's what is labeled. Is that you, Paul Larson?
Yes, it is. It's past district commander or junior past. I'll just say hi, Joy. I'm just watching your midwinter. So maybe, as I said and commander said, that we could maybe do one here a little bit later. So just watching. Take care.
Thank you. I'd like to turn the meeting over to our 4th, 5th district, department representative, Teresa Ash.
Teresa, you need to unmute yourself, my friend. Where is she?
Can you hear me?
We can now.
You can hear me now. Okay, perfect. All right, Commander and Peggy Moon, distinguished guests, past department commanders, to past department presidents, and to past detachment commanders. I want to thank you for having me. I will be doing a presentation later. I think this is amazing. I am eternally grateful, because when I threw this out there in a Monday night meeting that the 4th and 5th should have a virtual midwinter, y'all stepped up to the plate, and I am so grateful that we can show not only the districts, the state, and the national that we don't slow down. When tough gets going, the veterans and the American Legion and its family step up to the plate, and we keep going. I appreciate that. And with that, I would like to invite Patty Coleman, the department president, first vice, if she would like to have some words.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. I first want to start off with saying it's been a long 10 months for all of us. My thoughts and prayers are with all of you that have been affected in any way by the COVID-19 crisis. For those of you that have lost loved ones, know that my heart aches for you. The continuation of the 2019 American Legion Auxiliary year to go through 2021 was a surprise to all of us. We have it, and things are going really well. And I want to commend all of you for continuing to work the programs and our mission. People haven't skipped a beat, and I am so, so proud of you. I'm going to keep my remarks short, but I'm hoping that I can count on you to continue supporting me in my candidacy to be the department president in 21-22. It seems weird to say that now after going through 3 years of saying the other years. Your commitment to our veterans is what's most important. And I hope and I pray that we can be together face to face very soon. Thank you for the opportunity, and 4th and 5th, keep rocking it like you've been doing. Having these virtual meetings every month is terrific. Thank you.
Thank you. Jennifer, did you have anything to add before I turn it over to Mike Ash?
No, I'm good right now.
Commander,
Yes.
John Weiss, 4th District SAL Commander. Since I have been told that Detachment Commander Vulcan is not joining us or will not be joining us, I bring greetings from the Detachment Commander of the Sons of the American Legion. We, the 4th District SAL, are doing fairly well. We're in 3rd place in the detachment. We are at 60, I have to go look. We're at 63.49%. We're in 4th place. The 5th District is in 6th place with 56.71. So I would say to the dual members out here, please help bring in renewals and new members to the Sons of the American Legion. We are one of the programs that strives to do the best we can for our veterans and their families. Happy New Year to everyone. Be well, be safe. Thank you. I'm out.
Thank you. Mike Ash, I believe you have the floor.
Thank you, Commander. I think we're ready. We can just go into the couple of presentations that we have, and first up is Department Vice Commander Teresa Ash.
Hey, everybody. Can everybody still hear me? Perfect. Okay, so I am going to be sharing my screen, and I want to, Jennifer, allow me to share my screen. So one of the things that we're going to be talking about is, if I can share, is family. And here we go. And the purpose of family. We have the one thing that I've been struggling with throughout a lot of this is it shows how we come together, but it also shows how we, in places that we don't come together. The purpose of this that I want to talk about today is that we are a family. The American Legion, the mission of the American Legion is to serve veterans and their families, to protect their benefits, to keep them to work in the community and support the family in the community, past, present, and future. And the auxiliaries mission is the same. The one thing that if we look at in every mission is to serve veterans and their families. And if you look in the mission statement of the auxiliary, it says to serve the American Legion and the veterans and their families and their members in the community. It has the same mission statement. And if you look at the Sons of the American Legion, in their mission statement, it says the same thing: to support and serve the American Legion, the veterans, their families, in their communities. We struggle, I have seen, in places where we haven't necessarily been working together. We've still been working apart. In a lot of places we've been coming together, and other places across the state I've been getting calls on how we work together. And it all boils down to one thing. Y'all know this word. It's the same thing that I have said forever. It's called communication. Communication is key to everything, because if you don't ask, they won't join. If you don't ask, they won't volunteer. And if you don't ask, they won't participate. And that works the same whether it's with you and asking somebody to be a member of the organization, whether it be Legion Auxiliary, Sons, or Riders, or if you are working within your own family. How many of you within your own personal immediate family, from your husband to your parents to your brothers and sisters to your kids, your siblings, had issues where somebody's feelings got hurt, but instead of, it all could have been avoided because you should have, if you'd have just asked the question. It's very important to communicate. It was really last night. Our granddaughter Breeze was staying over because her mom works at the post office, Amanda, and she had to be up at 4. We were watching my favorite show, White Christmas. And for anybody of you that knows Bing Crosby, I love White Christmas. But anyway, there was a part in there where two people one person got annoyed at somebody else, and Bree sat here and she goes, all she had to do was ask him what he was doing, and it would have avoided all the problems. But that's what happens in this organization, in every organization within families. We need to communicate. We need to say, this is what we're doing. We want you all to participate. Don't expect that they're going to come. Don't have your expectations. Don't set your expectations up so that you fail. Because if you expect people to do something, if you think somebody's going to do something and you don't ask them to, or you don't offer the ability for them to, and they don't, the one that's going to be hurt is you. And that's upsetting to you, and it's upsetting to the whole group because there's no communication. We really need to communicate. And I know in the 4th district, we really do well for the most part at communication. And I also wanted to encourage everybody to go to the American Legion website, because what you can do is they've started the transition. Jennifer will talk about that later. And they've started the transition and set up your own account within the American Legion. You can do that in the Auxiliary, the Sons, you can do that in the Legion. Have your own account set up so that we can work together, because one of the things that we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing training across the board. And what that means is we're going to be doing training for the Sons, we're going to be doing training for the Auxiliary and the Legion and the Riders. But that doesn't mean that if we're talking about the Sons, that nobody else should attend. Because here's the thing. I know that in the 4th district, we have American Legion posts that don't have auxiliaries or Sons of the American Legion in it. However, they are working their programs. Like they're going out and doing poppies. They're doing things that the Riders do. They're getting donations for the scholarship fund. And so we all need to know what everybody does and their mission, and we all need to work together. We are one organization. We're one family. I realize the auxiliary can be its own entity, but we are still one family. And so we all need to know what each other's doing and how they're doing it, so we can support each other better and communicate better. With that, that will end my soapbox. If anybody has any questions, put them in the chat, please. You can write in the chat, or if somebody has any questions, everybody will be unmuted at a certain point. Also, I want to tell everybody, you're going to want to log on to Monday night's 4th and 5th district meeting, because we are going to be testing a department education tool, which is called what, Jennifer?
It's a trivia site where we can enter in questions and do trivia. We can do Wheel of Fortune questions. We can do multiple just questions, and we can team up and see who wins the most points.
We're going to do that on Monday. And the one we're going to do on Monday actually goes back to Joe Bear when he was on the training committee, Family Feud.
No, it's just questions.
Oh, it's just
Everybody will
questions.
win
Okay.
Points.
Okay.
Family Feud is more of a guesstimate on top, and I didn't want to get into that.
Okay. So, but anyway, Joe Bear started Family Feud years and years and years ago, and our technology of the time was just a PowerPoint presentation and pushing buttons to the next page. So, but anyway, so log on Monday, and even if you're not in the 4th and 5th, and you want to log on and you know, see what we're doing and how we do it, so that maybe you can bring this into your district and work with the education committee to bring this into your district. Again, guys, it's about communication. I love you all, the 4th and 5th. You guys rock it. I'm telling you, I'm proud as heck to be the department vice commander for you guys. Thank you for having me. God bless everybody.
Jennifer, do you have any comments at this time? I believe you're on the schedule.
Yep. I'm gonna, hello, everybody, Jennifer Havlick, if you don't know who I am. I'm gonna do a little briefing on the websites for the American Legion family. I'm gonna be real brief. We're not gonna get too totally deep in any one of them, but we'll start with the American Legion website. Can you all see that? Up and down? No?
No.
Oh, wait, hold on. You should be able to see it now.
Yes.
Okay, so this is what the American Legion national website looks like. As you'll notice, they're updating the registry information. So when you go in, you can sign in, and mine automatically signs in. And when it does, it goes to this page. And this is, I don't know that this is what it's going to look like in moving forward. But as you log in, they'll ask you to get a new sign-on and a new password. They'll walk you through it. You request one, it goes to an email, to whatever email you use. Be sure to check your junk mail. That's where mine ended up. And then once you get your new sign-on and everything, it goes back to use as usual. Now here you'll see legion.org, mylegion.org, baseball, burn pit, and Legion Town. If you go to mylegion.org, give it a second, come up here because I got some stuff running. This is your personal online web portal. In other words, you can look and see what your stuff is. And if you scroll down here, it starts to, I'll bring it in my profile, not that it's, but this is what your profile will look like. You can check all your personal information, your address, your numbers, and all that stuff, and change whatever you need. If you lose your card, or a member loses their card and they need another one, you can print one. So that's what that's about. Now, obviously it looks pretty much the same, and they haven't done anything with mylegion.org yet. And if you do, and you go to legion.org, it brings you right back to the main page where you're signed in, and you can go down through as you normally do. With all the different modules we have with education and programs, and programs are here. They drop down, you follow which one you want. Services, what we do for our veterans, members, all the stuff that we get and what we do. Media is a good one because you can go down to publications and get information on all the programs, the brochures and whatnot. As you scroll down, it's done by program and things of that nature. If you have any questions about this site, let me know. The auxiliary site, they've redone theirs also. So it's different and looks different, and things are in a different spot. They have not changed their sign-on rules. So if you already have a sign-on, you don't need to log in. You don't need to do a new one. You just need to sign in. And then I always go back. So you have your committees where you can, you know, it's all the stuff that was there. It's just in different spots. I would encourage the auxiliary to troll the website and see what is where. Right now, unfortunately, the training module for the auxiliary is not functioning, but I'm sure they'll get that up as soon as they can. Now, onto the Department of Minnesota website. Up here are the adjutant's notes. He puts up information from time to time. A lot of it's COVID or executive orders or what's coming out of DEC. You can find your membership reports under membership. And these are the reports for the entire department, and you download it and look by your district and your post number. Programs, I have all of them. The downloadable programs are great because it has everything that you need to download. Like we're coming up on Law and Order. These applications are out, so you can go here and get the applications for your Law and Order. My understanding is these 2 applications will not be sent to post. An email has been sent to the district commanders, so hit your district commander up if you want one, or go to the website. Any veteran stuff, like for Jeremy Wolfsteller or anything that related, is under these tabs. Media, the Legionnaire, you can go back and let's see what's on here. I didn't look last night, I apologize. So it says here, what's important here is it says, you know, that even if you're not a member, you can subscribe to the Legionnaire. So you want to go in there and get as many people to subscribe as possible. That obviously benefits us. The events has all the major events for the department. We've updated the calendar. So when you click on the calendar, you'll see all kinds of stuff on there, from training to training meetings to I believe I put the rallies on there to be determined. Yep. So we're going to try to keep this up to date as much as possible with things like with things like when the applications for trophies and scholarships and whatnot are on there. So you'll know by, if you look at this calendar, what trophies are done. And then we're going to have a link on the calendar to where you can get those applications and material. Moving on to the auxiliary site. The auxiliary site is in the process of being updated. It hasn't changed, but if you want to go down to unit info, you can get info there. Their calendar will be updated. Everything is drop down, your forms. It's really the best way to learn about these websites, honestly, is to troll them, look for them, and see what's on them. And if you don't see something you want on these websites, you need to call the specific department, Auxiliary, Legion, SAL. I don't have SAL here. Their site is in the process of being updated, but they also have one, as does the American Legion Riders. So hopefully in the next year, all these sites will be updated so that you can go to there and find what you need, and then only have to call for help if there's something that's not on there. That's always the goal for that. Jumping real quick into training, the training committee is set up for training on online training for the following. January 14th will be Jeremy Wolfsteller, medical emergencies through the VA. That's a Thursday at 7 p.m. For those of us vacationing somewhere where it's warm, we are here on Central Standard Time. I'm sorry, that was a dig at joke because he's all vacationing in Florida. The next one is January 28th with Denise Melton. She's going to be doing the Enlisted Man and Woman of the Year, which, by the way, if you didn't know, is called Military Achievement Award. And she'll also be doing Law Enforcement and Firefighter of the Year. February 11th, Betty Jass will be doing a class on the 4 chaplains ceremony and why and how we do it. And on February 25th, Linda Dvorak will be doing reports predominantly focusing on PCRs. So there's no question on how to fill them out, where to get them, and who to send them to. The training, FYI, the training committee meets the first Wednesday of every month via Zoom. And if you have any questions, any one of us on the committee are available to you for training, help, and or explanation. That's all I've got, Commander. Thank you.
Okay, Mike Ash, I believe you're up to do the next part of the presentation.
Thank you, Commander. Yeah, I was just talking to NEC, Bill Barbanek, and I sent him the information, so he may be joining us shortly. I wanted to thank everyone. We have 40 people, 40 participants today, and that's pretty darn good. And I hope everybody got a chance to view the pre-recorded presentations that we sent out earlier. We thought it would be a good idea to let everybody watch them at their own pace, so we wouldn't sit here and be watching reruns of reruns. And so I'd just like to go over each of them and get any comments, questions, let me know. We did one on buddy checks. As we know, this is becoming increasingly important during these trying times. This isn't something new that we've been doing. We should have been doing this all along. But with folks quarantined, sequestered, locked up in their own homes, if you will, it's more important than ever that we keep the connection with our fellow veterans, auxiliary, sons, and riders. So that was a real good presentation. I hope everybody got a chance to see that. Dave Dahl gave us a brief presentation on the oratorical contest. This is going to be coming up shortly, very shortly actually, this month. And with the present situation of distance learning, I think that we all have a lot better chance of getting to our school districts and talking to our folks and getting them involved in joining, especially with the amount of money now that National keeps going up with. We're up into the $25,000 range, which is a nice chunk of change for someone going to college. Had a presentation with the ALR, with Paul and Jody Hassing and Gary Davenport. This gave you a little background on what they do, all the programs they've worked with. And if you have any questions on them or for them, you can go to them, come to me, and we'll get you the information. We had one on meetings. I put the video together to help make them more understandable, more for the members than for the commanders. But I hope everybody learned something from it. The main point was that the members are who make the decisions in the post. A lot of people might look at that and say, doesn't happen that way at our post. Well, it's supposed to happen that way at every post. The commander is whether it's post or district or department, the commander is regulated by the bylaws and constitution, and those have to be followed, but the members are the ones who have the final say. And that needs to be understood by everyone. And that includes the executive committee. The executive committee is up there. They're an important part of the post as well as the district. But it's the members who make the final decision on this stuff. We had a great auxiliary presentation. Told us a story about where they came from, what they've done to continue to do, and it gave us some insight on what they hope to accomplish in the future. And I really like to thank all the auxiliary members that are here today. We appreciate you showing up at our family midwinter. We had a brief overview of VA visitation. This applies strictly to the 4th and 5th district. I think maybe a couple of the other districts do it, but we've been doing it for a long time since we've had the two main VA MCs here. And That was a great presentation by Carl Reynolds. Nice job, Carl. And then Sean Davis, who always does a great job. He did one on generations. I had seen this one, I think he did it 5, 6, 10 years ago, and he did an excellent job then too. But it's something that we need to look at, and it gives us a lot of real understanding when you're talking to different aged veterans and their different age groups of veterans, where they're coming from, and their opinions, thoughts, and ideas. The Did You Know video was, I'd forgotten about this one. I had seen the original. I didn't know
Good
that.
morning, Fourth District.
Mike,
Morning.
that's Bill Barbanek.
Yep, I recognize the voice. I'll just go ahead and finish this up real quick and get right to you, NEC Bill.
Yes, sir.
We put out the Did You Know video. Again, I saw this some time ago and never saw the updated version, but I really appreciated the subtitle, Shift Happens. I have to say that very carefully, because it's so true. This conference is a stellar example. If 2 years ago or even 1 year ago, somebody said that post districts or departments would be doing meetings completely virtually, you would have balked at the idea. So thank you all for taking part in one of the many groundbreaking advancements we've seen over the last year, brought on by the necessity, which we all know is the mother of invention. If you have any questions, thoughts, ideas on those presentations, if you have any ideas on subjects you'd like to see brought up in the future, please let us know, because we'll put that to the Education Committee as well as future virtual meetings that we hold in the districts. Commander, back to you, and I believe NEC Bill Barbanek is here.
Hi, Bill. Would you be kind enough to enlighten us with what's going on with the NEC?
Good morning, Commander Joe. Yes, we've had a fall NEC meeting virtual also. Plus, we've had very fortunate to serve on the resolution committee. We've had a few meetings there also, quite a few phone conferences, and things seem to be working out. But right now, the National is planning on having spring meetings in May. The National Convention Arizona is still a go in Phoenix. Sounds good. And hopefully those that wishing to get shots will all have their shots in the next 2 or 3 months. I am personally looking forward to hoping we have district conventions. And of course, our state convention will be in Redwood Falls, where I'm hoping maybe that I can convince enough people to reelect me for one more term anyway. But I really want to thank the historian Mike Ash and the Department Vice Commander Teresa for all the work they do with the Zoom meetings week after week, and sometimes a couple times in there, and the training committee, just doing a fantastic job. The national organization has signed on and donated quite a money to the NASCAR, and they're sponsoring Jimmy Johnson, and which is car number 48. They feel that the younger veterans, people, in their 40s and 50s, are going to NASCAR, and it's possibly a good recruitment tool. So they're hoping that works. We've had a couple, 3 meetings about it. And like I said, the National has spent some money on that, and you're going to see a lot more NASCAR stuff at emblem sales and other places with the Legion emblem on, and the car will have it on. So they're hoping that works out good. Otherwise, there's not a lot of news other than their national officers, no matter what happens, will not serve another term. So we will be having an election. We are hoping to have the national convention. The national commander is coming to Minnesota in April. I saw a tentative schedule. He's scheduled to come into the 4th district. I want to thank you folks for all the work you're doing on membership. I know it's very hard. It's almost impossible to go out door to door nowadays, but hopefully things are going to change. And Joe, I want to thank you for being the commander and staying on another year, as well as all your officers that did. It's a big responsibility. It's a great job. but it's a lot of work for a lot of people. And as I can't stress enough, you're very fortunate in the 4th District to have so many good people, especially the work that Teresa and Mike do day after day. We happen to do Facebook, and I encourage everybody to get on Facebook, do things. It's amazing what you find out about meetings, places, things going on in the area. And I'm really, really hoping our governor is going to allow these places to open back up, and seems like the rate's going down a little bit. So I just want to say thank you very much for allowing me to cut in for just a few minutes on your program. I thank you for doing this. I'm hoping all other districts will do the same. I know, to my knowledge, all other midwinters were canceled. Our district up in the 9th District is going to do a Zoom, and I think it's just going to be the executive board. So thank you. Have a wonderful day, and let's make 21 the best year ever. Goodbye.
Thank you, Bill.
Hey, Bill, are you still on?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is Cy. I have a quick question for you. With National doing this NASCAR advertising, do they have any way of tracking whether any of these members, any new members that might join, where they joined because of that? Is it possible to do that?
As far as I know, they've got some kind of method that they're going to have to do that, yes. But I can't tell you right now that Cy Fix joined because he was at the races.
Okay.
So I don't
All right,
know that for a fact, but I sure hope so, because, you know, they're spending quite a bit of money, to my knowledge, on this. And of course, we all want to make sure we get our money's worth, you know.
Correct. Okay. All right. Thanks, Bill.
Yeah, thank you for the good job you're doing also.
I believe that we have some time in the schedule for Mike Ash to take some questions, isn't it? Or not?
We do.
Well, then I'd like to turn it over to Mike for questions.
Anybody's got any questions? Commander Mark?
Mike, I have a few comments before you take questions, maybe. Is that okay?
Certainly.
Okay, thank you. First of all, I want to emphasize what Bill said about the training committee, the tremendous work they have done. And Mike Ash is part of that training committee, and so is Jennifer. And Legion College, the end of October, was fantastic. I sat through most of it, and it was extremely professional. And boy, we should be proud of the job they've done. And they've organized that mainly by using Zoom. So just maybe a reminder to the committee people out there for department and your districts, get together with Zoom. You can get the work done through Zoom. But good job, 4th and 5th District, on putting this midwinter conference together. The 3rd District will be meeting with Zoom also on the 23rd of January. And as far as the February Sweetheart Rally goes, we'll probably decide how that will be handled after January 11th. I'm sure hoping we can meet in person. And then again, if somebody doesn't feel comfortable meeting in person, that's fine. We totally understand. But I still get comments that, boy, oh boy, they miss not seeing everybody in person. So if at all possible, that will be our goal, to meet in person for the Sweetheart Rally. But otherwise, we will definitely put something together statewide for Zoom here. I know we're limited to the amount of people we can have on, but we'll figure that out, whether it's going to be first come, first served. That's probably the way it's going to happen, but that will be organized for sure. We will have something for the state for the Sweetheart Rally. And on the department website, under Adjutant Mike's notes, he puts a lot of current information in regards to COVID-19 statistics out there. So if you ever need any of the current statistics from the CDC or other sources, go out there. He updates them on a weekly basis. And Bill mentioned, NEC Bill mentioned that the National Commanders Tour, it will be the 5th through the 9th of April. And the last time I was on a regional conference call with him, he says he gets invited, he's going. So that's his attitude. If he gets invited to a state, he's going. So we really look forward to him coming back to our state, even though he was here just this past February. But that's the only comments I have, Mike. Thank you. Thank you, Commander.
Thank you, Commander. I might also ask if we end up having that Sweetheart Rally, I'm hoping that it's going to be on Zoom as well. Even if we have it live and in living color, perfect. Do we have any other questions on any of the pre-recorded things we had, or do we have any ideas for something you'd like to see in the future?
Mike, I forgot to announce that Legion College training for the Department of Minnesota's dates are April 8th through the 11th, 2021. Camp Ripley. We'll be coming out with more information in the application pretty quick here. We have a meeting next week.
Yes, we do.
Jennifer, can we unmute everybody? And if we could just lay some ground rules. So if anybody has a question, what we do in the 4th and 5th on Monday is if you have a question, raise your hand. Obviously, if you're on a phone, you don't need to raise your hand. Just say, hey, I have a question. This is Teresa. And then whoever's Jennifer or Mike W can keep track of who's next in line to talk. My comment and question was the same, Commander Mark, and Membership Director Sai, is if we do have an in-person rally, which if we do, it'll be limited participation in person. But if we could do an online Zoom, a joint Zoom and in person, that was my question and hope too. So, yes.
And to add to that, what the Commander and Teresa are saying, if we are able to meet in person, and if there's still some sort of restrictions as to if they open up that you can have a certain amount of people in a facility, keep in mind it's going to be first come, first serve. And once those tickets are gone, they're gone. You won't be allowed in. So don't mean to sound harsh, but we need to follow those guidelines, and that's the way it has to be. So if you plan on going to one of these functions and you say you're going to be there, please be there, because there may have been somebody else that may have wanted to go there. And if you don't show up, it's kind of disheartening that somebody else could have been there and can't be. So just keep that in mind, that if we're limited to 100 people, that's all that's going to be allowed in there. If you show up at the door without a ticket, without a reservation, you can't come into that function because of the limitations. And that's not us doing that. That would be the state of Minnesota. So just make sure everybody understands that.
Patty's got a question.
I don't have a question, but I'm going to, if I can, take a personal privilege for the 10th District and invite all of you to the 50th annual 10th District Snowmobile Rally that is happening on January 29th through the 31st of 2021. This rally was started in the 10th District by my father with planning starting in 1971. They were Legionnaires who knew that membership was very important to our organization, and getting all those members in that had not renewed yet by the 31st of January was of utmost importance. But they also like to have fun. So they decided that they would jump on their snowmobiles and canvass our district to collect membership. So we have 5 different teams that now travel mostly by car, but we do have snowmobiles that do run in parts of our district. And we go to all the different Legion posts, and with the objective to collect membership. There's a lot of fun to be had. We're having it regardless if our posts are open or not. They started out in snowmobile suits, and if we're in snowmobile suits in the parking lots of these American Legion posts, we're gonna be there. The turn-in for all of the membership will take place at Lino Lakes, post 566 at 2 p.m. on Sunday, January 31st. The schedule is published out on Facebook. You're welcome to join at any point along the way and join one of the teams and go the whole way if you'd like. Commander Mark, if your schedule's free and you're not afraid of some cold weather, if we're doing our turn in by around a bonfire outside, we're gonna do it. So Thank you very much. And I do want to mention that Mary Couperis, who's the department's second vice president, has been sitting in on the call, and maybe she would like to give herself a little bit of a plug for her candidacy.
First we have Kay Bauer, who's asking a question. Kay?
I do not have a question. Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
I have something I would like to say, not in form of a question, but just to shoot it out to all members of the 5th district or 4th district. I am the chaplain for the 5th district, and I wanted to shoot out my email address. I would love to encourage everyone, bring their prayers, send them to me in an email or call me on the phone. I can be reached at 612-297-6398 or my email address, hdecre52@gmail.com. And I really encourage everyone you could just go ahead and flood my inbox with emails and all your prayers. Well, I promise you I will be your advocate.
Sharon, did you put that information in the chat, please? Put your email address in the chat.
I'll do it.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Commander, if I may, I have a question for Jennifer Havlick.
Go ahead.
Jen, to attend the Minnesota Legion College, you have to have had attended basic training or gone through the basic training, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I finally found my certificate, so I'm going to sign up for Legion College and like that, but I wanted to make sure of what the parameters were. When will the applications be coming out again, please?
Sometime next week, hopefully, after the committee meets and we shore everything up.
Okay, thank you very much.
Jennifer, this is Teresa. A couple things. The Legion College, I attended the National Legion College and did base in 2009. So I did basic training in 2008. And my perfect husband, past department commander Mike, did the same thing. He did Legion College in 2010, which he did basic training in 2009. When you go on to mylegion.org and our stuff, it doesn't show it there. The only way for it to show up is if you go online and do it again. However, if you have your certificate, then and you have proof that you did go through the original with the books like we did, then you don't have to take it again. Marcia Bible, I see that you're on. We have the new secretary for the American Legion Auxiliary, Commander Wade and Commander Joe and Department Commander Mike or Mark, if you would, it would be with your privilege if I can invite her to say some words.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Teresa. Just basically wanted to sit in and listen and to observe to see how this was going to happen, because this may be the wave of the future for the next few months. And I just wanted to see the participation and how it was going to work. And I'm very pleased with what I'm seeing. So thank you for inviting us to be a part of it.
Thank you for coming, and thank you for everybody for attending. The last comment that I will have is just because COVID goes away, God willing, at some point in life it goes away and we can all get back to normal. Don't think that Zoom needs to go away. This is the way of a future, because we have younger generations that work, and this is the way they like to meet. We have experienced and senior Legionnaires who don't like to drive in the winter. That be me. And so I like to meet. I like meeting like this when there's snow on the ground. So don't think Zoom's going away. We're going to be doing this for the 4th and 5th districts I have it on good authority that the next department vice commanders are going to continue doing Zoom meetings. So that's all I had to say.
Hi,
I just have a quick,
this is Mary Caparis. I am the Department of Minnesota Second Vice President, and I just wanted to say hi and bring greetings and to ask for your support and vote as we hopefully go on to the next year. And I am a candidate for the, 22 First Vice President. Thanks, and I'm enjoying this a lot. Thank you.
Mark?
yeah, just one comment in regards to the National Legion College. Some of you probably received this email on the 30th of December, but the Legion College for National has been changed from March to mid-November. The dates are still up in the air, and they're planning on having the 2021 National Legion College December 12th through the 17th, 21. So it's still up in the air situation as far as nationals goes with the Legion College. That was all I had. Thank you.
Jenny Nelson, did you have a question earlier?
It was just kind of a snarky comment. I was wondering how we're going to hug and kiss on the Sweetheart Rally on Zoom. How we do that? That's all.
Perfect.
Lots of lip prints on the screens.
Commander, if I could just add a couple of notes on membership director size comments as far as, we've got a certain number that we can allow in. We had, the 4th district was going to be privileged to have the Pearl Harbor rally before it was canceled. And I think what they're going to do, as we did, is when you make the reservations, they're going to want you to send your check in and get those paid up. Because if you're paid up, we know you'll probably attend. And unfortunately, when we got it canceled, we had went out, and the ALR was a family member that was running the rally. And when I had about 40 checks, and I asked people if they could I could either go ahead and void them and destroy them, I could send them back to them, or I could donate them to the ALR. And we had a good number that donated them to the ALR. The ALR made out pretty well on that. But I just wanted to say that. And the basic training was called the American Legion Extension Institute, in case anybody took that back in the day. And that's the one that won't show up anywhere in your records that you took it. So you have to take the basic training, which is basically an updated version of the Extension Institute. That's all I got, Commander.
Thank you, Mike. I believe, oh, no, Teresa's got her hand up, but she said a minute ago that would be her last comment.
No, Commander, I just want to flip through here. As I was flipping through the screen, I want to give kudos. Like Joe Bear is here. He's in Florida. Sean Davis is here. He's out of town as well. But I also flipped through. Lynn Nottage is here from the 5th. She's actually working, and she's got her work computer on one screen and an earbud in another for this. But I also saw one, I see Gary Martin. Every time Gary Martin has been on a Zoom meeting with us, he's been in the VA hospital. Gary, I hope you're doing good. But we have Robin Pickray. Robin is on here, and I want to say hello to Robin because Robin lives in Oh, if I get this wrong, I'm in trouble.
Hey,
Mississippi.
Teresa. Hey,
Columbus,
Teresa.
Mississippi.
This is Robin Dorf on here. I have to apologize.
Ah!
I am so sorry.
Hi, Robin.
I wanted to see how you guys were doing it, and I also when you were talking about Robin, I'm like, oh my God, they're gonna think I'm him. But I apologize, but I didn't want to get him in trouble either. So my apologies.
That's awesome. See how important names are?
Yeah, I'll put my last name on after we're done here.
Dave's next, I guess.
Well, okay, I believe it's time to turn it over to the 5th District Commander.
Dave Dahl looks like he's got a question.
It's really not a question, just a comment. I've just now put something into the chat about how I still need some help to make the 4th District Oratorical Contest a success. If you're available on the 24th or on the 30th and can help out, and you don't have to be in the 4th District to help, especially for judges. If you're able to help on either or on both of those days, the 24th and the 30th, please send me an email, and I put all of that info in the chat. That's all.
Dave,
Thanks,
John
Dave.
Weiss, if I may, Commander, Dave, we will communicate on oratorical.
Very good. Thanks,
John Weiss.
Hello,
Ray.
Mike, I just had a quick question on the ALR. On the ALR, do you know, I know they didn't do their legacy run last year. Do they plan on doing a legacy run this year? Do they start planning? Do they have dates for cities that they're going to be going to this year? Do you know anything about that?
It looks like Paul's got the answer for us.
Oh, Paul.
Oh, no. Sorry. No, I was looking at my other.
Oh, Sean Davis has our answer.
If I
There
may,
is what I was going.
the committee still needs to start meeting again, but the plan is to do the traditional 2 weekends right around the 1st of August, and we're going to use the route that was initially planned last year. It wasn't finalized yet, but that is still the go-to plan for now.
Good, thank you.
This is Marcia Bible. Can I have another comment?
Sure.
Can you hear? Oh, the auxiliary is the host. We are the host for the Sweetheart Rally. So if the Sweetheart Rally is a go, all reservations will be made and need to be sent to the department office. That's how they're going to be run for the Sweetheart Rally, as a point of information.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I
Commander, if I
now
may.
call on 5th District. Yes, John.
Never mind. I'll yield and let the 5th District Commander speak.
I now call on the 5th District Commander to continue with the closing remarks.
I'd like to first recognize Robert Bistro. I hope I pronounced that right. I probably didn't, Robert. Sorry about that. For any comments you might have or things you'd like to let us know about in the 5th District SAL.
Yes, can you hear me? Okay. Well, I just wanted to thank everybody, for the 4th and 5th for even putting this on, and I've been watching, and it seems like it's a great idea. And I hope we can keep on doing this. Well, I'd like to see that it's done for the main reason. Hopefully we can get more people to join these meetings. I'd also like to thank John Wise for bringing the announcements from the detachment. Outside of that, I'm a little nervous on this meeting right now, just speaking. But I'd also like to thank the detachment for endorsing me for Central Region National Vice Commander. Thank you. Did you hear me?
Yes. I was wondering if you could possibly answer this question. I know the auxiliary has a junior member, and we see them at meetings once in a while, and I see hats from the SAL from young children and things. Is there an informal meeting that they join you guys, or how does that work with possibly the juniors and the auxiliary? I mean, the SAL, I'm sorry.
As far as I know, I don't think so.
Okay.
Sean, have you got anything to say about that?
About junior members of the Sons? Keep in mind, for the Sons, we are a birth to death organization. So there is no junior unless it's within the squadron that identifies as junior. Otherwise, at the state, district, national level, you're a Son, period, the end.
However, Sons of the American Legion members, the younger ones, can participate in the auxiliary patch program. So if you have young SALers who want to do the patch program through the auxiliary, you can do that.
That is correct. Thank you.
But the auxiliary unit has a juniors program that they do, and then the 5th district there is a juniors program for the auxiliary.
Correct.
We need to start trying to see if we can get that happening in our Sons then. I have no more information.
But Jennifer, can you kind of go in a brief overview of the patch program for people that may not realize there is one?
The auxiliary patch program is kind of like the Girl Scouts. You get patches for doing tasks. I could send you email where to get it on the
I can help with that also.
auxiliary site. But it's basically you do a task or you write a report or you do something task appropriate, and they hand out patches. It's usually done at the unit level. But I'm assuming Marcia's going to tell you that the SAL can do it at the squadron level also. Marcia?
Yes, the Junior Auxiliary Patch Program has 3 different age level groups so that there are age appropriate activities that they do. You can find that information on the National American Legion Auxiliary website and also on our department website, I believe. You do that at the local level. The SAL members do it within their squadron, or they can do it at home. The junior members can do it at home. They don't have to be part of an organized group. They just participate and do the activities that are on the age appropriate patch. There are a lot of patches out there, so they can pick and choose what they want to do. I've had information in the Legionnaire, I believe, 3 months ago about the patch program, and we will continue to put information about the patch program in the unit mailings, and those are on the website for the department. When they get their patches, they come through the local unit. The unit will be the ones that award them to those particular children that participate, and anyone can participate up to the age of 17. Does that help?
Yes.
Good.
Commander, if I may.
Go ahead.
In keeping with the ALA, I'd like to point out that if you're a male veteran or a male and you're married to a female veteran, you can join the American Legion Auxiliary. And I'd like to recognize the first one in the state of Minnesota was Michael Ash, who is the first tri-member. He's a rider, he's a ALA member, and he's a Legionnaire, and he's an SAL, so he's a quad member. So Michael Ash, thank you very much for your participation in the programs.
I just put the link to the patch program on the auxiliary national website in the chat box.
And Jennifer, I'm not sure, I know it was last minute last night about that form for the evaluation. Do we have a possibility to add that into the chat, or?
Yeah, let me get the email and I'll put the link in.
Thank you.
Hopefully.
Marcia, this is Teresa. I have a question about the junior stuff and the patch stuff. Is there anything? I know sometimes national can have a set plan or program, but then they get tweaked a little bit at a post or unit level. Is there anything different that Minnesota does that maybe different or a little different than Nationals program. So when we send this out to everybody,
No, the Junior Patch program is a national program. So we have to follow the rules of the national organization.
okay.
All right. Stand by.
Are there any other questions that people might have or comments right now?
The survey just went into the chat. The link to the survey.
Okay, thank you.
Jennifer,
then,
if I'm I'm not seeing it in the chat. And I'm doing a refresh.
I'm not seeing it either.
Might have private chatted it to somebody.
Yeah,
There you go.
there it goes.
Hey,
Thank you.
Comment. Sean, that survey, that came from you, right?
Yes, it did.
When I went out to the site, I went and I looked at the survey, and on the bottom, I know part of it was missing. It said next, and it went back up to the top. I didn't see any submit button.
You may have not completed it because there are required fields. If it jumped to the top, the form would then take you back to a field that you didn't complete.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That was it. Okay.
I have a comment and a request.
Is that an event feedback form? Is that to describe our participation in today's 4th and 5th District midwinter?
Affirmative.
Also, to let everybody know, this is being recorded, so it can be viewed. It'll be saved and put in that same place that Mike W. has set up for our Google to go out and see those videos. It'll go out there so people can go out and view this and share.
Commander, if I may, just real quick, like a comment. Since Teresa said this is recorded, so maybe this will be cemented forever and ever and ever. I just want to let you folks know, and you probably already realize this, and I've said this in the past, but I can't reiterate this enough. With the 4th and the 5th District and the Department of Minnesota as a whole, we have no idea how lucky we are to have Teresa and Jennifer doing what they are doing. They have brought this Zoom program to the top of the mountain. They pushed this thing. They've done the training. They have done just an absolute amazing job, and we should be thanking them. I can't imagine what Zoom would be like if it wasn't for those two. So kudos off to you two ladies. No, I'm not trying to make any points with you. I'm just telling the truth. So let it be where it may, but thank you too. Oh my goodness, I can't thank you enough. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Let me just say this. On Thursday night, I usually do Zoom meetings with Post 43 in Hollywood because they have a meeting and a get together. And
wait a minute. When she said Hollywood, she is talking Hollywood, California, FYI.
Right. Because, honestly, they have some really great ideas. So I go and talk to them and take their stuff. But one of their guys, one of their long-term members is in the VA out there in ICU. He had a mask on his face, but he was zoomed in on his phone and he was playing trivia and he won the most points. So from this point forward, I don't want to hear from anybody. I can't do that because nobody has excuses now. They can't do it because if he can do it from the VA with monitors and a mask on his face, anybody can do it. Have a great day.
That was Gary Martin from the 5th District. I was at a 5th District meeting. Ray and Wade, the last one I attended with you guys, and Gary Martin zoomed in from the VA hospital. And so, yeah, I'm with Jennifer. You can call in, you can conference in. As a matter of fact, your cell phone, I have called John Graham's and had him on speaker and just sat him next to my computer, and he's been a part of things. So there is no excuse. We all need to work as a family, and communication is key.
May I? I'd like Sean Davis to speak to the SAL new website that he is working on putting together, and you can get some accurate information. Please, Sean, if you would.
The website redesign is done. We just have to publish it and change the server connections to do the redirects properly, as well as just doing the upload to the proper areas of the server, since we use a multiple hosting service. But it's going to have a certain look and feel similar to our
Come look at this recipe. I want to do this today.
parental organization, the department. It's going to have a certain look and feel, but again, unique. And again, we're adding tweaks there. One of the things we're actually adding is a Discord channel. A Discord channel, if you don't know what Discord is, it's basically, if you've heard of community bulletin boards, it's basically the next generation form of that, and it's used a lot by gamers, but it'd be a nice way of interacting, Q&A, question and answers. People can post a question, and then other people will then be able to respond and whatnot. So more to come. A lot of technology we're experimenting with, myself and Matt Verkulen from the Aviation Squadron. He's also very integral in helping develop this and looking at some new technologies as well.
Thank you, Sean.
Are there any questions from the people that are on the phones? If they would like to have any questions or comment? If you need help unmuting, we can have Jennifer unmute the phone possibly.
I just enabled them, so they'd have to unmute themselves, but there's only, there's
3. Okay.
6 actually.
Okay. Would anyone?
I just want to give a kudos to Mike W. and Jennifer Havlick, our technical people. Mike W. is the one from the 5th District who put all the stuff out there on Google, whatever that's called, Google
Drive.
Box, Google Drive. Thank you. I was just going to say a box that you stored it in. Thank you, Mike W. And Sai, I want to appreciate everything that you say about me, but I have to tell you, it's not me. It's me having ideas and then finding people like Mike W. and Jennifer that can help me facilitate. And so, and the 4th and 5th District saying, we want to keep going. So that's where this comes from. We're a team effort, and it's not a Teresa show. It's a 4th and 5th District. It's a state of Minnesota show. We are a family. We are a team. We work together. So I just want to say thank you all. Wade?
Okay. And when we were speaking about family, I wanted to highlight one of our family members from the auxiliary who happens to be from the Gopher Post, and her efforts that she's done during this COVID crisis. I think it's important for us, like it was mentioned previously, to share our positives and our things that worked well during this COVID crisis, and continue for our post and other people within the state as well to let us know about your successes so we can be successful in our districts with our posts as well during these challenging times. She actually gets names. There's a couple different programs I wanted to mention to people that may not be aware that help veterans. One of it is the Barnabas program, and that's with the Missouri Synod Lutheran Churches. And they have chaplains that are in active duty units deployed in the Middle East. She actually she's been doing this for years. Her and I actually go across the state of Minnesota and other members doing for the MACV stand downs, the 10 stand downs across the state of Minnesota. We do a table there and we talk with the veterans and help with them and give them books and things of that nature, just to be a great resource. This year, she actually, she's done this for several years, but she's actually recruited different entities to do sewing of what they call these neck warmers. And so she had completed cutting with her husband 200 neck warmers that have been distributed to veterans. and 40 scarves and hats were made also. And she also has done 220 thank you cards that'll be given out to overseas deployed units that she's going to be receiving the APO addresses for. So we're going to be shipping this, I think, in the next week or two, she mentioned. I was going to get some beef jerkies to put in those boxes to ship. And then the chaplain opens the box and then they distribute to all the members of the entire unit, about 150 to 200 people in that unit. And I know, Teresa, you've done something this recently too with those packages to the troops. So if you want to highlight that or you can, if you want to speak about that.
Everybody in the 4th and 5th, and actually the state of Minnesota is very familiar with the Shop, Ship, and Share. That was such a success that it had to stand on its own 2 feet and become its own 501c3. And so that's why we decided to push all our stuff and all our resources to the Blue Star Moms. But recently we had a individual's family contact me that is deployed, and we have, through Shop, Ship, and Share, sent them packages before. And so the 4th and 5th really stepped up to the plate, and we did a mini Shop, Ship, and Share. And a lot of donations happened. Post One actually paid 100% of the shipping, and we sent 24 boxes over. And it literally happened overnight. And so what happened is we had people just going out and shopping and buying stuff, dropping stuff off at our house. Just, you don't even have to come inside. You can just call Michael or call me and say, I'm on my way. I'm going to drop stuff off on your porch. I mean, that's how easy this has been. And then, we just packed it all up and sent it. Were you talking about, Wade, when you were talking about your 5th district person, was that Kay Bauer?
No, Elaine Ryder. She's from
Okay.
Gulf.
Okay. But we don't stop. So thank you all.
Mhm. Any closing remarks that anyone would like to add as well?
Lou Michaels.
Lou, are you there?
You're muted, Lou.
I just want to bring greetings from the Commander's Task Force, wishing the 4th and 5th District a great coming year. Also, Mark, our National Commander, Jeff Sachs, said to say hi to you and brings greetings from the JWV to you and to the 4th and 5th District, state of Minnesota. I guess your new name is Duke, if I'm not mistaken, because of the Winter Carnival, I guess, sir. So there you are. Thank you. God bless all of you. Have a wonderful 2021. Many blessings from my family to yours. God bless all of you.
If I may, John Weiss, I'd like to speak to the ALR. Just because it's wintertime doesn't mean we're not out there, doesn't mean we're not raising funds and doing fundraisers. The 4th District ALR will not be doing its annual ice fishing event, which really kind of bums me out, but we are working on a fundraiser for the 4th District ALR for springtime. We're going to working on taking over South St. Paul Rod and Gun Club and doing a shooting event. So if you think you know how to shoot, come on out. Well, this will be publicized very well this spring. Lou is part of it. The ALR is working on our programs to raise funds. We are donating money to Cops and Kids, which is a event that the St. Paul PD puts on for Children's Hospital. They make sure that all the kids in the hospital get presents at Christmas time. The JWV was very influential in getting money to Cops and Kids. It's usually a ride we do in July. Remember, there are a lot of things coming up from the ALR. Christmas in July. We will be publicizing this, and I will be leaning on Michael and Teresa to help get the word out for these events. The ALR gives money away. We don't make a lot of money when we do our events, but we do give it all away. It goes to charitable things. And remember, the ALR is the Legion family. And if you are a disabled veteran and you like motorcycles and you're into that kind of thing and you cannot ride, you are eligible to join any of the chapters. I'm pretty much aware every chapter in the state of Minnesota takes disabled veterans who cannot ride, but you can be a full member of the ALR. Thank you very much. Be well, everyone. Please be safe in your travels. Thank you.
If I may, I would like to thank, this is Sandy, and I would like to thank all of the auxiliary members who are online and joining this. This is the first time for us. Unfortunately, I can't see everyone who is online, but I would like to thank you very much.
Before the chaplain does his closing prayer, I'd like to mention, if you guys have a list from the 4th District, I've got Wayne Gladden, who's in nursing care. It's difficult for him to get on Zoom. He was our past 5th District commander a few years ago. And of course, Gary Martin's in the hospital at the VA. Keep him in prayers. From my understanding, Terry Huberty is recovering from COVID. She was 2 weeks in the hospital and has another 2 weeks to recover at home. And Tom Eckhoff, he's recovering. And Olivia is the daughter of Andrew Rose, our past commander for last year. So if we can keep those in our prayers. 3 wraps of the gravel. Uncover. Chaplain will now have a closing prayer. Ray, did you want to fill in?
Yeah, I can. Oh Lord, we thank you for blessing us with the most successful conference. Much information was shared among our Legion family to enlighten us about our organization. God grant that the information of this meeting becomes the inspiration we need to go forward to the task of serving you and our country. May your will be done in all our effort. As we stand on the threshold of a new year, we ask for your direction and guidance, and help us to meet the many challenges that lie ahead in 2021. Look after our veterans and their families in 2021 and protect them during the pandemic. Lord, accept our prayers on behalf of all of our comrades and loved ones who are ill, who have passed away from the virus. May they dwell with you in life everlasting. Amen.
Cover. I just want to thank everyone for their time today and taking the time to be with us today and participate. And we've got some great things that we can keep building on. So I appreciate your comments on that. And then for those who are on the phone, you can send your comments to Ray Iden or myself for the 5th District, and then Adjutant Mike Ash for the 4th District, and Joe Jensen, the commander for the 4th District, if you'd like. For the first online 4th and 5th District Zoom midwinter conference, thank you again for your participation and for your time today. Sergeant Arms, please retire the colors of our country. Ray, did you want to do that? I think Paul might have.
Well, I think Paul muted himself.
Here we go, Commander. Colors of our country standing in place. Hand salute. 2.
Great. I now declare the meeting for the Midwinter Conference for the 4th and 5th District completed.
Oh, thank you for making this happen, Mike W., for all your hard work. Jennifer, thank you, 4th and 5th District, for supporting my crazy ideas.
Thank you, Teresa.